Ciao, ciao, my friends. Dobro jutro. From beautiful Osijek, Croatia, here in the eastern part of Hrvatska, Croatia. It's February 20th. Beautiful weather still outside. Been the best winter I can recall. Don't even need a coat anymore, slight jacket. This is sufficient for the weather. Been beautiful. Anyway, my friends, I just wanted to make this video for all of the foreigners and people who are coming into this region and plan on going between borders, like to Croatia, from Serbia, Croatia into Serbia, Serbia into Bosnia, Montenegro, etc. Because there's been a noticeably big difference in the ease of travel between the countries. I'm not saying it's a good thing nor a bad thing. It's more annoying for me than it used to be. This agency that I work for, we have offices in 7 countries here in this region. So I'm constantly going through borders. Into Croatia, we have offices in Osijek and Zagreb. Into Bosnia, we have offices in Pale, Republika Srpska, and etc. Into Greece and Hungary, etc. So I'm constantly going through. I've been coming to this region since May 28, 2010 is when I first stepped foot on the Balkan for the first time ever. So almost 10 years I've been coming here. And just 2020 has when it's all turned so much more difficult, okay? Let me tell you the situations. First situation was New Year's Eve, okay? This is actually 2019, so it was December 30th. We're leaving Serbia, going from Serbia into, I think it was through Šid and down to Sarajevo, okay? Serbian side, border crossing, going into Bosnia. That was for New Year's Eve. We're in a shuttle bus, and maybe, I don't know how many people, 10 people in the little shuttle, okay? It was like $50 shuttle from Belgrade to Sarajevo. We stopped there at the border checkpoint, the Serbian side. Serbian guy, they have all of us get off the bus, and you are off the shuttle. Usually a driver or a border guy will come on the bus or the shuttle and just grab your document from you, look at you, make sure it's you, and then take all the documents, scan them, and bring them back to you. But no, they had everybody get off the shuttle. They had us all grab our luggage from under the shuttle. All of our belongings we had were standing there. It took probably 30 minutes. They pulled each person inside. They got to me. They pulled me inside. They took my friend Uroš with me so Uroš could translate because the guy wanted him to translate. He opened my passport. He asked why I had been in Somalia and then why I'd been coming into the region for years and years and years. And I said, well, I just love to travel. I love the Balkan. It's, where I really consider my home. I really enjoy it. And I went to Somalia for my birthday, my 41st birthday. I said, I wanted to think of the weirdest possible place I could ever go. And so I picked Somalia for my birthday. So that was okay. Opened all my belongings, looked in everything, and finally let us on the shuttle. Then we get down to Sarajevo. We're in Sarajevo 3 days. We go to Tuzla on January 4th or 5th, and then we take from Tuzla a bus going back to Belgrade. Okay, we're going through the Republika Srpska crossing, like right there by Šid also, I believe. No, I'm sorry. We went through the crossing right by Loznica, through that border crossing. Republika Srpska part into Serbia part. Not that makes a difference, but that crossing, we get to the border crossing. It's a bus full of people. So Republika Srpska guard gets on the bus. He comes through. Everybody that's sitting there, he goes through, grabs your passport, looks at him, makes sure it's you, grabs all of them. I have mine like this. And he grabs it, takes it, gets off the bus. Bus pulls up a little bit, and I thought, oh man, they're probably going to hassle me again. I just had this feeling. There was me and one other foreigner, these 2 people from the Netherlands with dreadlocks. The guard gets back on the bus, hands the driver all of our documents. The driver goes through, gives them all. And the border guard, he says to those 2 people, he says, grab your things and come off the bus. So the bus is filled with old people, and everybody's like, oh, maybe there's a criminal. those two people from the Netherlands with dreadlocks, they pull them off the bus, they grab all their luggage, they bring them inside the building. They're in there for probably 10 minutes, come back in, and the guy in front of me says, man, that was scary. They almost made me pull my pants down and everything, looking for drugs and everything. And I said, uh-oh. I said, they haven't even given me my passport back. Then the guard gets on the bus, he pulls his head up there, he says, Charles, come here, get your things. And I was like, oh my God, you're kidding me. So I grab my little backpack, get off the bus, and him and this other border guard are standing right there below. And he says, where is your white registration card, your police card from Bosnia? And I said, police card in Bosnia? I said, I don't know what you're talking about. I said, isn't that the responsibility of the accommodation that you're staying in? Because in this region of Europe, you have to go to the police and register and get a tourist identification card. It tells where you're staying, when you arrived, etc. But most hotels and Airbnbs are going to do that for you. Bosnia, I didn't even think about it, you know? And I said, I don't have it. I stayed here. He said, where did you stay? And I said, well, I was in Sarajevo for 4 days and then Tuzla for 1. That's where I was at in Airbnbs. He said, can you show me? I said, yeah, sure. So I get back on the bus, get my phones, bring them back off. I said, here's my Airbnb. I stayed at this address for 4 nights here in Tuzla. And he says, but you have to have that card. You know, we can fine you. And I said, well, really? I said, I'm so sorry. I said, I don't know. I expected the accommodation to do that. So anyway, he says, we'll let you go this time. I said, Hvala vam puno, gospodin. I'm sorry to create issues. He said, no problem. Get on the bus. We're fine. Fast forward to 2 days ago. I'm in Serbia. Get on a bus for work to go to Osijek, Novi Sad, Bačka Palanka into Croatia. I'm at the Serbian side. Okay, it's a bus. I'm the only foreign person on the bus. There's probably 20 people on the bus. They're never that busy. And this bald Serbian guy, you could tell he's bald. He had a hat, but he's just grouchy. The Serbian guy, I could tell by the look on his face. Some of them are friendly and smile. He wasn't. Gets on the bus, gets everybody's documents. He gets to me. I have my American passport here like this. And he goes, you're from America. What's it say? You know, I mean, I didn't say that, but I'm thinking that. I said, yes, sir, I'm from America. He says, okay. He looks, I have a duffel or a backpack. He said, what's in the backpack? He said, open it. Okay, here. Laptop, nothing, no drugs. I don't know what you're looking for. He says, okay. Gets off the bus, takes all the documents. We pull up a little bit more. Wait. And then the driver, they scan all the passports and stuff, give them to the driver. Driver's passing them all out. And then this Serbian guy gets on the bus, this border guard. He says, Charles, get your things and come off. I'm like, fuck me. Grab my duffel bag. All these old people are like looking, thinking, oh my God, criminal, a terrorist or whatever. Get off the bus. It's that grouchy guy and this other younger guy. And he says, how much luggage do you have under the bus? And I said, 1 suitcase. He said, please find it and get it out. I was like, oh my God, what happened? Am I being deported? Am I being sent to jail? What? So I grabbed this. I said, that's my suitcase. I grab it. I pull it out. I'm kind of frustrated. I said, what's going on? And he has my passport. He says, why were you in Russia in October of this year? So why was I in Russia? Because I wanted to visit Russia. I said I was there he said he was only there for a couple days. I said, yeah, I was there for a couple days. It was transit. I was going from USA to Russia. I've never been to Russia. I wanted to see Moscow, and then a transit. That was my transit city back to Serbia. I just wanted to see it, so I was there for 3 days, tourism purposes, of course. And then he says, why were you in Somalia in 2017? I said, well, why was I in Somalia? I said, believe this or don't. I said it was my birthday vacation. I said I wanted to pick the craziest possible place I could go, and Somalia was the place that I chose. And I said I was in Ethiopia for 5 days, Somalia for 6 days. Only reason I was there, I said I was in Hargeisa, Somaliland. I took a bus from the border of Ethiopia, or a shuttle all the way down to Hargeisa. And that's what I was doing there. And he said, why are you going in and out of Serbia all the time into Croatia? I said, why am I going into that? I said, because that is my job. I deal with work and travel. I bring lots of Balkan students to the USA on the summer work and travel program. We have offices in Osijek and Zagreb, Pale Republika Srpska in Greece and Hungary and Spain and Montenegro. And that's what I do. He said, how do you make a living? I said, how do I make a living? I said, I make a living by doing work and travel. And in the USA, every May through October, I'm in the USA working 3 jobs. I also, here, while I'm in Serbia, I run a food delivery service on the island of Nantucket, Massachusetts. And then he said, how come you've been coming to Serbia so long? I said, how come I've been coming to Serbia so long? Because Serbia, I consider it to be my home. I said, I love it here. I said, I first came here in 2010, loved it, found a way to stay here more permanently, and decided that's what I wanted to do with my life, you know? And he says, Srećen put. So grab my things, put them back on the bus, get on the bus, everybody's staring at me. It's like, oh my God. But that's something you're going to notice. You're going to notice if you go into Bosnia, you need to ask your accommodation about that white tourist identification card. In Serbia, you're supposed to do it also, but they haven't been asking for it at the border. Croatia, just now, I'm leaving this apartment here in Osijek, and I'm getting ready to go to Zagreb for an accommodation. And here in Croatia, the minute you get into your accommodation, they're going to send you a link on Airbnb, like 2 of them did. I had to fill out this through the Croatian tourist site. You have to put your name, where you're from, your passport number, when you're arriving, and when you're leaving. So you fill that out online. If you don't, the person who owns the accommodation can get charged a lot of money. The owner of this apartment, as soon as I arrived, he took a picture of my passport, and he did it himself. He logged into his phone, and then he showed me he deleted my picture of my visa, or my document page of my passport. So they're getting more strict. They're asking way more questions. If you're an American and you have the opportunity to go to Somalia, think twice. I mean, that has been a key to a lot of places I've gone. I mean, why were you in Somalia? And even a lot of people around the world, if you're a foreign person, a non-American, and you want to go to the USA, don't go to Somalia, because even Boris Johnson, that nutjob prime minister of England, his girlfriend was denied her visa into the USA because she was in Somalia. So be very careful. It's good I've got an American passport, but going to Somalia will create red flags. It's going to ask lots and lots of questions. So maybe that's the reason. But other than that, I think they're getting more strict because of all the immigrants and things coming into this region. Anyway, that's what's up. See you guys soon. I'm chubby. I know it's winter, Balkan winter, man. That always happens. Slavas, Christmases, Sarma, Rostil, of course. So, ja sam malo bucko, but uskoro, skinny, sexy. I'm leaving for the USA May 1st. So, I'll get skinny there. Ciao, ciao.